and welcome back to our channel Trailhead Ranger NJ. And today we will be targeting this trail, that is automate your business processes with Salesforce Flow. It consists of these modules, that is Flow Builder Basics, Approve Records with Approval Processes, Flow Orchestration Basics, MuleSoft Composer Basics, and the Omni Studio Architecture. So we are already done with Flow Builder Basics. We have already covered this module in our last video, so I'll paste the link of this video in the description. And also we have covered Omni Studio Architecture in the series of our preparation for Omni Studio Developer Certification. So I'll paste the link of that playlist as well. You can find the video for Omni Studio Architecture over there. So today we'll be targeting this module, Approve Records with Approval Processes. So I have opened it in new tab. Now let's get started with this. In this we will be talking about how the approval process works. So let's start with this. So if the basic understanding of approval processes, what do you understand by that? That it is a automation process in which if we have any process, any form or any record or any kind of thing which we want to get approved before we will apply it into our basic routine, or before we will apply its functionality, we want it to get approved. So for this we will create a steps, that what action needs to be taken, to whom it should be passed, by how many people it should be approved before it gets kind of launched, or you can say go live. Other terms you can use. So for this, if you see it over here, that position record, we are considering that we are submitting a record for approval. So for this there will be, most generally there will be a button on a record, that is submit for approval. So by clicking on that you will be submitting that record for approval, and in backend we will create that approval process. So we will submitting it, that initial submission action occurs. Suppose we incur that after we will be submitting it record for approval, so its status should be updated to that in process, or already sent for approval to first manager, something like that. We will update that thing in this initial submission actions. Then it will get to first manager. If that manager approves, it will go to the second manager, and if that approves, then we will have final approval actions. But if it gets rejected, then we will have final rejection actions. So in final rejection actions, what we will be having, suppose we will have status as updated to rejected, and similarly after approved we will have status as approved. So we can have it approved by all managers or something like that. So here we are. Okay, so let's come to the quiz. If you want to go it over there, go over it. So we will let's go over it very quickly. That in order to track each opportunity's discount percent, we will have a custom field on opportunity. But in case if we have we want to track each opportunity's approval status, so we will have custom field on opportunity. To request approval from managers when an opportunity discount is more than 40%, so we will need an approval process on opportunity. To notify managers when an opportunity discount needs approval, we will enter email template. But when managers respond, update the opportunities approval status, so this will be having on approval actions. We will have field update on that. So let's come to the quiz. First is, in an approval process, the parts you define are steps, approvers and actions. Second option is request, approvers and approvees. Third is submission actions and CO approvals. Fourth is submissions, authorizations and lightning actions. So no, first is the correct one. We define the steps, that to whom it should be sent to, approvers and actions, what action needs to be taken, such as field updates and email or such that. Second quiz we do have, that select if it is true or false, that there is no reason to plan an approval process before you start creating it. There is no reason to plan an approval process before you start creating it. I guess false. Let's check. So it's correct. Let's move on to the next unit. Next is build an approval process. So in this unit we'll be creating a email uh, an approval process. So let's see. So we do have requirement over here, and if we want to go over the unit as well, so you can see first we are creating an email template with text. This is the template. Next we are creating a custom field on opportunity object with the percent, and then we are creating a pick list field with approved and not approved value. Then we are creating a approval process, having the email template which we have just created in this unit. Then entry criteria is that when a discount percent is greater than 0. 0.4, then only it will enter this approval process, otherwise not. And we can select the approver manually. Then we will be having a field update to approved when it's get approved, and if not, then not approved. And for this we will be adding submit for approval button on the page layout. So let's start. I'll launch the org first. Now we have requirement that create an approval process to ensure that prospect accounts with more than 500 employees are approved before they are converted to customers. Okay, so we need to go to object manager first, and then in field check the type fields, pick list values for prospect, customer and pending. Okay, so we will go to the object manager first, setup, then select object manager, then account, field and relationship, select type, and see if we are having all the values mentioned in there, that is prospect, customer and pending. So we don't have pending, and for customer we do have customer direct and customer channel. So in order to avoid anything, I'll add both customer and pending. So let's save it. Now use the jump. Okay, so we need to create a approval process for account, and we need to give its name as approve new account. So we will go to setup and search for approval process, and then let's click on this. We have it, we wanted to create it for account. Now you click on use jump start wizard. We'll give its name approve new account. Now email template, we can choose any template, and then criteria is that its type should be equals to prospect and employee should be greater than 500. Okay, so let's select any template. I'll go for support case response, and then criteria met. We do have account type field should be equals to prospect, so I'll select prospect, insert selected. Now second field is we wanted to check account employees should be greater than 500. Okay, so next requirement is automatically assigned to approvers. Okay, so automatically assigned to approver, and we need to assign it to ourselves, so I'll select myself. Okay, so now we need to add the initial submission action that updates the field, that is, and we are naming this action as account type to pending. Okay, action update the type field to pending. So I'll save this here first. We'll click this OK. We'll go to the approver detail page. Now initial submission action. So we'll add new field update. We'll give its name this, and which field we want to update, that's type field. We'll click on next specific value we wanted to update it to pending. We'll click on save. Now next requirement is we want to add final approval action which also updates the field to customer. Okay, So we have final approval action. We again field update, give its name, field to update is type, and specific value is customer, and we will save this. So in case if you are wondering what is mean, that is record log and record log in final approval and initial submission. So when we will be submitting a record for approval, then record will be logged, that is it will be disabled from editing. Similarly, after approved as well, when the type field will be updated to customer, it will be logged that is we will not be able to edit that particular record. Added the existing final approval action record log, unlock the record for editing. So that means we will be unlocking it from editing. Whenever the type field will be updated to customer, that is the record will be approved, we will be able to edit this record. Next is final rejection action. We wanted to update it to account type to prospect. So rejection action, field update, give its name, field to update is type, and then specific value we have as prospect. So I'll save this. So we are done according to this. Let's activate this. Okay, and let's check our challenge. So we have successfully completed our challenge, and with that we have completed our module as well, that is approve records with approval processes. So if you have any question on this, please let me know in the comment section, and let me know. So if you want me to make video on any other module, project, super badge, or anything else, or if you want any information from my end related to Salesforce, please comment and like the video. And in next video we'll be targeting to complete flow orchestration basics related to this train. Thank you.